This is the road to Calvary. John 3 verse 16. For God so loved the world that he gave up his only begotten Son, so that whoever believeth in him should not perish but have everlasting life. 2 Corinthians chapter 5 verse 21. For he made him who knew no sin to become sin for us, so that we might become the righteousness of God in him. For he came to his own, and his own did not receive him. This is the road to Calvary. Like a lion waiting for a prey or a cat crawling to a mouse, Judas was looking for an opportunity to betray the Messiah, driven by the desire to acquire a few pieces of silver. That did not bring value to his life, but a cruel death penalty. Little did he know that the Messiah was omniscient, knowing all things. Aware of his fate, he went into the Garden of Gethsemane to have his last fellowship with his unseen Father. If Peter had prayed and watched, maybe he would not be tempted to deny Jesus. The devil's army was armed with swords and clubs, as if they were going to ambush some serial killer. But in a sense, it is true, because Jesus was killing all the deeds of the evil one. Judas, trying to ease his conscience with a kiss, he betrayed the Messiah, leading bloodthirsty men to a true king, taking orders from a false king. Yet Jesus, possessing all power and authority, he humbled himself until the cross. This is the road to Calvary. He gave himself up so that scriptures might be fulfilled. Standing in front of the Sanhedrin like one with fault. Like private investigators, they searched for a spot or blemish in him, but they couldn't find none, because he was the Holy of Holies, born without sin, ready to finish his race and fulfill his destiny. He provoked them with the truth, prophesying about his powers in the heavenly places and his second coming. When they heard the great prophecy, they tore their clothes and cried out, "This is blasphemy." He was beaten and betrayed, ridiculed and cursed. He was the mock of the moment, wounded throughout his body, blood flowing like a waterfall. With his last breath he cried out, "Eloi, Eloi, lama sabachthani." My God, why have you forsaken me? Nails pierced his hands and feet, a crown of thorns upon his head. The Father's anger unleashed upon him on that cross. For 3 days they thought that it was over. How the mighty have fallen. The king had lost the battle and his kingdom was doomed. But on the third day the ground began to shake. Heaven invaded earth. The tomb opened and the king was alive. He resurrected with all power and victory. Indeed, the Lion of Judah is victorious. So when I think of the goodness of Jesus and all that he has done for me, my soul cries out, hallelujah, to the King of Kings, the Lord of Lords, the Ancient of Days, the great I am, the beginning and the end, the Alpha and the Omega, the Rose of Sharon, the Lily of the Valley, El Shaddai, Adonai. For I have been crucified with Christ. It is no longer I that live, but it is Christ that lives in me. The life that I live now, I live according to the faith that I have in the Son of God, who loved me and gave himself for me.